What's in a question? Maybe just about everything important. A smart and sharp question should strike up a more engaging conversation. So let's have ourselves a little conversation on babble, 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 talk, 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 whisper, 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 but all in your sleep.
Right.
That sounds scary
Or
enough.
shouting.
Shouting. Good morning, Diane.
Good morning. Happy Friday. TGIF.
We've made it.
Yes, we have.
It kind of feels like I'm sleep talking this morning.
Did you not get a good sleep last night?
Yeah, I don't know what it is because it was most pleasant, the weather, to sleep, that is. But
Right.
I don't know why. I kept waking up every 2 hours.
It was a little bit humid last
Is
night.
that what that was?
Right.
I don't know. I was just uncomfortable and I kept waking up maybe every hour to 2 hours. So
Oh, that's horrible.
I might be sleep talking this
Right.
entire show,
Right,
in which I
right.
feel like I deserve some kind of acclaim or reward because that's a skill, guys.
That's a really, really difficult skill.
Are you a sleep talker?
Yes, I'm a terrible sleep talker.
She's a heavy sleep talker.
Right. Sometimes I wake up myself because I scream in my sleep and I shout it out loud.
Diane,
and
are you
I wake up like, "Wah!" I wake up myself. Or sometimes I cry in my sleep and I wake up myself crying.
Diane.
Or-
do you just feel a lot or are you stressed?
I don't know, but I dream a lot and I talk gibberish in my sleep and even sometimes I even speak Russian, which I do not know a single word of.
Okay, how do you know you speak Russian then?
So
Family
because,
members?
Because I sleep talk a lot, I
Yeah.
know that, and I've came across this sleep tracking app that actually records all the sounds you make during your sleep, like if you snore, if you sleep talk, if you move a lot.
If you speak Russian?
If you speak Russian. So I saw my recordings and I listened to it and I couldn't understand what I was saying. So I made my friend who majored in Russian, I made her listen to it and she's like, "Oh, you're speaking Russian."
But are there actually cohesive sentences? Are they just random words?
Random words. So it's like, oh my God.
This is new, you guys.
Maybe I
feel
have
like-
Russian ancestry flowing in my blood.
Or is Diane subject to a really, really extensive study?
that too.
I feel like that's the most severe case I've ever heard of.
That's really fun. So I was like, oh my God, I can speak Russian.
Okay, all right. So the
Right.
question of the day is, why do we talk in
Right.
our sleep? So
Right.
first and foremost, let's define it. What is sleep talking defined by the doctors and health specialists anyway?
So sleep talking is also known as somniloquy. It's a relatively common sleep arousal disorder that happens when a person talks during their sleep. Their speech may be coherent or gibberish, brief or extended, mumbled or loud, offensive or meaningless.
Okay.
Sleep talkers normally speak for no more than 30 seconds per episode, but some people sleep talk many times during the night, like me.
Like you.
Right. Sleep talking may occur during any of the sleep stages, but research shows that 20 to 25% of sleep talking episodes happen during REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep, and 75 to 80% during non-rapid eye movement sleep, so non-REM sleep.
I've always been told that REM is what you want to reach in
Right.
a healthy amount of sleep each night. But let's explain for our listeners REM versus NREM.
Right. So sleep is divided into REM sleep and non-REM sleep, according to the sleep experts, depending on whether the muscles are paralyzed or not. So when the experts try to explain it to us, like dumb it down, to simply put, REM sleep means you're dreaming, and non-REM sleep means you're not dreaming.
Ah, it's really that simple.
Right. It's simply put, really
Okay.
simply put. But it's easy to think that dreaming means you're in a really deep sleep, but it's actually not. Like you have to not remember that you're sleeping.
Right, exactly.
Right,
If you
to-
remember vividly your dreams, I'm told that then you probably didn't have deep quality of sleep.
Right. So dreams are often
Yeah.
dreamed during light sleep or just before waking up.
Okay.
And during sleep, people go back and forth between REM and non-REM sleep several times. And
Right.
during this process, consciousness is sometimes activated. And that's when people start to speak.
I've been told that I've hosted a radio show mid sleep. What? No, really. So that was my sleep talking. I introduced myself
Oh my
and I said
God.
good morning.
That's horrible. I can feel your anxiety kicking in.
Oh yeah,
During
it
your
was,
sleep time, right?
It was not fun because I think it's having the morning show, but
Right.
I'm not the only one subject to it. Everyone who has
course.
held this position has something similar.
Right.
So I'm wondering if stress or anxiety has anything to do with
Right.
sleep talking. We'll get to it in just a moment. It certainly seems like you're not the only one suffering from this, I don't know, crazy amount of sleep talking.
Right. Well, my family members would say the other way around. They're going to say that they're the ones who are suffering from my sleep talking, not me, because they're the ones who's waking up because of me.
This is a good point.
Right.
Because you sleep through most of it, right?
Right. I don't remember me sleep talking, but they do because they can listen. This is very true because I don't remember anything except the times when I wake myself up.
Okay.
But yes, I am not alone. According to the results of analysis of data from the National Health Insurance Corporation, the number of sleep disorders patients in Korea has increased by an average of 7.5% since 2016 to reach about 670,000 in 2020. It's estimated that the number of people complaining of insomnia and other disorders, including sleepwalking or sleep talking, has increased to more than 700,000 since the spread of the COVID-19. So actually, the pandemic made it worse.
So I'm assuming that, yes, anxiety and stress
Right.
might not necessarily be a good thing if you're a big sleep talker. So let's get to the meat of it. What causes one to sleep talk?
So humans store relatively complex information in their brains during REM sleep. At this time, the switch that controls motor paralysis is turned on in the brainstream. As a result, the rest of the muscle, except for breathing, become paralyzed. However, if your muscles are not properly paralyzed due to stress, physical fatigue, aging, etc., you can spit out what you say in your dreams in real life.
Stress, physical fatigue, and aging.
Those are three things that I feel all the time. Right. However, to date, there's no one is yet to establish why exactly people talk in their sleep. So there's not a lot of scientific evidence to explain this phenomenon.
Okay.
But one thing many studies agree on is that it may run in families, actually.
Oh.
Children who sleep talk most likely have parents who used to or still sleep talk or generally have any parasomnias or other sleep arousal disorders.
So we're going to blame the parents once more.
Right. And I think this is right because my older brother he's the worst sleepwalker or worst sleep talker. I'm sorry to throw you under the bus, but he is. He walks around and he doesn't really know.
Oh,
So it runs in
man.
my family.
It runs in your family.
Right.
And this is what makes it really difficult. It might be just one of the series of many other sleep disorders.
Right. Sleep talking may be associated with other sleep disorders, including sleepwalking, as I mentioned before,
Yeah.
REM sleep behavior disorder, sleep-related eating disorder, nocturnal seizures, and sleep terrors.
Okay.
Right.
It's-
And some experts also observe that since sleep talking is a deep sleep arousal disorder, certain external factors such as stress, illness, sleep deprivation, and alcohol may trigger it.
Okay, so I feel like you don't get enough sleep, Diane. So maybe start there?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
The day is too short for me.
I know.
I need more time.
I know. No one defies time. All right. Doctors do not see sleep talking as a disease. This makes it fundamentally difficult for them to come up with conclusive studies that say this is why it happens, this is how
Right.
you prevent it, this
Right.
is how we, subscribe you to some sort of cure. There will be no concrete solution to make it really go away.
Right, because it's not a disease. There are no tests needed to diagnose sleep talking, right?
Yeah.
However, your doctor may order tests such as sleep study or sleep recording,
Which is what you do.
Which is what I do.
Yeah.
I'm a sleep doctor for myself. If you have any signs of another sleep disorder, they can go on a polysonogram. Doctors can do that.
Okay.
Sleep talking rarely requires treatment because it's not a disease, they say.
Right.
However, severe sleep talking may be a result of another more serious sleep disorder or medical condition which can be treated.
And they would want to find the link between the two, right?
Right.
What caused it?
Right. It's a good idea to see a sleep specialist if your sleep talking occurs suddenly as an adult or if it involves intense fear, screaming, or violent actions. You might also consider seeing a doctor if unconscious chatter is interfering with your sleep or that of your family members who live with you.
Diane, let's go see a sleep specialist.
Right, well then it doesn't bother me. That's a problem. Like if I wake up myself every time I sleep talk, then I will be like, oh, I need to see a therapist. But then
but you
my
live alone
recording
now.
show.
You live alone
I
now.
live alone. I harm no one.
Let's ask your neighbors.
Just my phone.
Just your phone.
Right.
Thank you for a fun conversation question unboxing as always. I hope you get more peaceful, restful sleep over the weekend.
Hopefully, I don't get any recordings on my phone over the weekend.
See you next week.
See you next week.
We have a special interview coming up in Zoom In next. We'll be speaking to an author and investigative journalist by the name of Jeff White. He has investigated cybercrimes for years and most notably focusing on a hacking unit tracing back to North Korea. It grabbed our attention, the Lazarus Group. We'll talk about it in detail coming up next.